You can't call me and tell me that you miss me. I don't want to have that conversation on the phone. And come and see me.
I'm here.
4. Behaviors you should never accept. In your relationship, keep your standards high and boundaries strong. We talk a lot about emotional boundaries, which are the lines that you draw around the behavior and treatment that you will and won't accept from the people around you. At times, they're the most difficult to maintain in an intimate relationship because emotions run high. Judgment can become cloudy, and we can let things slide that we know we shouldn't. We'll discuss some behaviors that throw up major red flags and should violate even the most forgiving person's boundaries. If you like something in this video that resonates with you, let me know in the comments or give a like. This helps me understand how to best serve you with future content. And if you really find value here, I am always immensely grateful for your follow. Number 1. Repeated broken promises. A promise, I believe, should only be made with the clear intention of being kept. But I understand that life can get in the way, circumstances change, and sometimes things that are outside of our control can prevent us from following through on something we said we'd do. I say this because I understand that life happens, and not every broken promise is an act of betrayal or disloyalty. However, if you find that a person is repeatedly and consistently falling short of the things they've promised you, are always finding reasons why they can't, are regularly pushing you down their list of priorities, then you really need to start asking yourself how seriously they are taking you and the relationship you're building together. If a person is genuinely sorry for going back on their word, you'll clearly see them trying to make it up to you or do something to express this remorse. If it's a pattern, though, and no solution is ever provided, it's time to push the emotion aside and understand that people like this will just continue taking advantage of your good nature until you stop allowing them to. Number 2, making you feel badly about yourself in public or in private. Oh, come on, it was just a joke. Sure, a joke. It was a joke when they poked fun at your insecurities in front of your friends or family. It was a joke when they shamed you about that thing you trusted them with. It was a joke when they made that comment about how you look in that new outfit. Listen, some people have different senses of humor than others, and some are just entirely clueless on how to give a compliment. They may try to use humor to mask discomfort or think that being funny is in some way charming, but they repeatedly cross a line or mess it up. Or maybe they're just an asshole who is trying to knock down your confidence through making you feel worse about yourself by making snide or passive-aggressive remarks. Regardless of the intention, this type of treatment should never be tolerated. Speak up. Tell them how their words are making you feel. Then, watch to see if they change. If they do, maybe they had no idea how their words were impacting you, which still isn't an excuse. But if they don't change, they're doing it on purpose, still knowing how you're affected by it, and you should be packing your things. Number 3, emotional manipulation. Let's imagine the scenario from point number 2 playing out, and for the sake of argument, let's assume that their actions were, in fact, intentional. You've divulged things to this person in confidence, trusting them to keep your thoughts, feelings, and insecurities safe from harm, as that is the very foundation of an intimate relationship. Now, though, they've begun to use these very things against you, to make small comments about the very things you've trusted them with. They're starting to weaponize your insecurities and try to pass it off as joking, or just having fun, or kidding around. Under no circumstances should you accept this flimsy explanation that's only being used to mask what amounts to emotional abuse, emotional manipulation, emotional blackmail. They have something they know can hurt you, and they're using it to do exactly that. Nobody who actually cares about you would ever do anything like this. Ever. Number 4. Betraying your trust or infidelity. Infidelity is, of course, not the only way to break someone's trust, but it is pretty high up on the list. Trust is a foundational piece to every relationship, not just intimate ones. In an intimate relationship, though, this trust runs even deeper. It's emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, sexual. You're trusting every piece of yourself to this person who's made a pledge to honor that trust every single day for the duration of the relationship. This is one of the many reasons why communication is so important. It helps you define the boundaries that you both decide on together. What is it that constitutes infidelity? Breaking of trust? Coloring outside the lines of the relationship? At first glance, these might seem like obvious questions that we can all agree on, but there are very real nuances. Take, for example, social media. You both had lives before you met. You know plenty of other men and women, probably attractive ones. Is it okay to keep following these people online? Is it okay to like their photos? Does the outfit they're wearing in the photo change the answer to this? Is it okay to respond to their stories or send messages? What is the context of the messages? Maybe you and your partner fully agree on the answers above, and that's great. But maybe you don't, and maybe you don't realize that you don't, so you end up unwittingly betraying this person's trust without even knowing that it's happening. If then your partner knows what you see as right or wrong, they know what you'd consider betrayal of trust, they know what your boundaries are, and they still violate your mutual agreement, that is unacceptable behavior and can't be excused as a mistake.